Hello everyone! Welcome to Mad Science. Sorry that I look so weird here. Christine walked off on me for a minute.
Hello.
So, on Thursdays we are doing In the Kitchen and Mad Science. This week is our Mad Science. And hopefully you were able to grab the list of what you needed today. If not, as usual, you can watch the replay on Facebook here and on YouTube later. Don't forget to watch to the end of our video today.
Yes.
So, today we are going to be doing our rainbow jar, which if you've come to my Mad Science program a couple of years ago that I did after school with the kids, we have done before.
We also did it once in a preschool story hour years ago.
It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
So, different liquids have different weights. You can feel them when you pick them up. You know, you have the soap, and then you're gonna have honey. They kind of they're similar in my hands right now, but there's a lot less honey in my hands than there is the soap. That depends on the amount of molecules that they have in their hands. Yes, and the water.
Water to the honey.
Yes. So you have the teeny tiny molecules that are in every item. Some of these liquids have a lot, and some of them have only a few. So that's, if you stop and think about it, if you've got two jars of marbles, one with a lot and one with a little, which one's gonna weigh more? The one with more marbles. So, Christine's not paying attention to me. The one with more marbles is going to weigh more. The same with any liquids that have more molecules in them. So what we're going to do is we are going to be layering different types of liquids into our cup here, and I'm hoping you guys can see it well today. And then they're just going to layer on top of each other. The ones with more molecules on the bottom, and they're going to have less as we go up.
Now this recipe has been posted, or what you need has been posted on the Facebook page. We can tell you here what it has.
Yep.
It has corn syrup with purple food coloring in it. It has dish soap, water with blue or green food coloring in it, olive oil, rubbing alcohol with red food coloring.
And honey.
Oh, and honey. Sorry, that's everything, right? And honey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I am going to walk you guys through as we add food coloring, just in case, because I didn't tell you guys ahead of time what to mix it up in, because I wanted to walk us through it today. So, Christina's going to walk us through it
We are.
as I need to put items in. So,
Okay.
they're in order.
So she is going to show you about the amounts we're going to do and so on and so forth. Honey goes first.
So the one thing you really want to make sure to do is to pour it in the middle of your jar. If it gets stuck on the sides, it is going to ruin the experiment. So you want it in the middle. Eventually you'll just be saying with me, in the middle. So you want to get a good layer here on the bottom. And I will move this here because I think I might be slightly too close so you guys can see.
They can just barely see the end of it.
Just barely. There we go.
So is that
You can see it a little better. I'm going to put just a little more in.
So it looks like it makes about a half of an inch layer.
Yeah. It's going
On
to
the
depend
bottom.
on what size, because I've used a mason jar in the past. With a mason jar, you'd need a little more because they can be a little bigger. Okay.
Alrighty, and next we are going to use the corn syrup.
Okay.
And she's going to use the purple food coloring
Yep.
and a cup and a spoon.
Yep,
For, I
so-
don't know.
To mix it together.
Okay.
So, just because I hadn't told you guys ahead of a time, hey, some of these are going to need to be mixed together. We're going to pour some in a cup here. Corn syrup is really easy to find. The first time I did this and saw the experiment, I was like, corn syrup? Where in the world do you buy that? You know,
We
in
have it at our
the
house
cooking
on a regular
section.
basis.
So, yep. So I'm gonna do purple. You can do any colors you want, honestly, but to get the more rainbow effect, I would definitely use purple. And the fun part is, even though you have to get like a big-ish container of corn syrup, you could do it once as a family and then let each kid do it individually to see how it comes out.
Well, that's such a pretty color purple.
It is a really color purple. So I think it's from the neon box that we have for colors.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
I got my purple here. We happen to be out of red, so I had to use this.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
So, well, I did have to put this in the cup. If you ever have to put any of these ingredients in cups, you want to make sure, I should have said this earlier, to make sure you use a cup that's easily pourable, because like some mugs, they're not, it'll like flow down the end. So once again, where are we gonna pour? In the middle.
In the middle.
So
Do you have to pour slower or faster? Does it matter?
it doesn't matter, just keep pouring. It may look like it's going to start mixing.
Yes, it does look like that right now.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna try to get as much here as possible. Okay. Yep. It's gonna start to separate eventually here. So, yeah.
Okay, next we're going to do the dish soap. And ours happens to be yellow right
Yes.
now.
So they do recommend,
Done.
well, they recommend using blue or green typically, and then doing the water the opposite color of whatever you
Okay.
got. But we happen to have yellow, which I didn't realize until I got here today. But that's okay. It's still gonna work.
And our water will be the opposite color.
Yes. So we're going to, once again, where are we gonna do it?
In
the middle. So I'm gonna do it a little.
So this one is a little harder to see the pour
Yeah.
on the screen. Oh, there it goes, starting to separate quite nicely.
Yeah. Yeah, this one can be hard, like Christine said, to see where it's going. You can stop and do more. There we go. You can see, yep, you can see it in the
Yeah,
video
I
there.
can see
You
it.
definitely see the difference between the last two. So, I think that's
Yeah,
good.
it's starting
I'll
to separate out.
I'll show
I
you
put a
guys
little
as we
more-
go.
I put a little more.
Little more
soap in
soap?
there,
Okay.
just a little bit more.
And as usual, you guys have,
That's
if you guys take any pictures as you're going, or when you get done, share them with us. We want to
Yes.
see what you guys do.
FAPL circulation at gmail.com.
So I'm gonna
is the
move
website.
slowly. Here's what we've got so far.
You can see the layers.
Yep, you can definitely see the layers now. So, okay. We are ready, Miss
Okay,
Christine.
now we're going to do the water. And again, she'll be doing something with the food coloring here. So let's talk to you about that.
So, like I said, with the soap, they did recommend doing blue or green soap, but you can use any color. And then doing the opposite. So you have blue soap, do green water. If you have green soap, do blue water. But,
We have
I
yellow
just-
soup, so we're doing blue soap, so we're doing blue water.
so I'm just gonna do blue water. So, we're gonna mix up our water here. You could even do it, you know, I've never tried it as many times as I've done this experiment. I've never done it just to see what it would look like without food coloring. How the clear
How the
layer
clear
would
layer
look.
would work.
That might
That
look
might
cool.
cool,
I'd be
yeah.
interested if any of you do decide to try that. Huh? And once again, where are we gonna pour it?
In the
In
middle.
the middle. So, this layer, you do have to be careful if you've already started. Don't worry about it. You don't want it to bubble up with the soap. Huh? That is one issue you can have if you pour it too quickly.
Slowly.
So, you gotta pour right. Oh, and I got water on the side. So, I'm gonna stop for a minute. The water will be okay. We have
Did you wipe it off?
olive oil. I will eventually.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, thank you. So, let's see here.
Starting to separate.
Yep. So, oh yeah.
Yeah, you can start to really see the difference now.
You can't see it much in the video. I'm gonna see if I can move it forward towards you guys. You can't see it much here. I can see it in person. I hope
Yeah.
you guys can see it in
Well,
person.
And they'll be able to, as it settles, they'll be able to see it a
Yes.
little better as well.
So, next.
Is the olive oil?
Yes.
Okay.
The olive oil, you typically want a thicker liquid because with our last liquid, you really don't want it to mix and go through the olive oil. So, we're gonna pour it one more time in the middle. So, ooh, there we go. You can see it on the top. So because I am running out of space, I am going to stop there. And so we have it there. Now, the last one, what we're going to use is the rubbing alcohol. This one, definitely, parents need to supervise this one. This one, you can use either a dropper or a spoon to do this next round. So, I've got some rubbing alcohol here, and we're going to make it red. I think mine's going to be more pink because we happen to be out of red here at the library. We're going to mix it up. Actually, that looks pretty red. So, this you do not want to pour right in the middle on top of the olive oil, or else it will go right through the olive oil into the water and start mixing together. So you want to try to do it right on the side. I'm going to try my best because I started running out of room here. You're going to drop it down the side. And that's going to be the same. That's how you're going to use the dropper to drop it right down the sides. You can see the red starting to show up.
So what did I miss?
We are putting our rubbing alcohol.
The rubbing
on.
alcohol. Oh,
And instead
okay.
of putting it right in the middle, you got to put it on the sides, or else it will go right through the olive oil and mix with the water.
Oh, so that one you do have
And
to
turn
be very
purple.
careful.
Yes. You can use a spoon or a dropper. A dropper is typically easier, but I couldn't find mine at home, and I didn't even think about asking Christine
We have some
where
here in
one
the
was
building.
here. But I am typically used to using a spoon when I can't find a dropper, and it works just as well. So
Yeah, it is working nicely.
it works really nice. You can see, I'm going to just put one more level on here. So now we have, I'm going to go as careful as possible. We have our rainbow jar.
That's cool. And if you let it sit a little bit longer, the molecules will settle even more,
Mhm.
and you'll be able to see the layers even more as it sets.
Yes.
So if you wait a half hour and go back, you'll be able to see even more.
Mhm. What can be fun then, even if you're gonna do this, if you do this as a family, to mix it up and see what happens. Some kids get curious, or if you
Yeah.
let your kids do it individually, just let them get curious, because some kids, they just want to mess everything up then once they do an experiment. That can be
It's
half
fun.
the fun when you're done. Huh?
It is fun.
So, that is our experiment for today. Do you have anything to add?
I don't
Christine,
think
for our
so.
experiment?
Next week we are in the kitchen again. I don't think I have anything more with this experiment.
Okay.
Next week we are doing, or the wrap, the tortilla.
Mhm.
The tortilla wrap snacks are next week.
Yeah, we'll get on and let you guys know what we'll be doing next week and what you'll need.
Yep. Now, if you've stayed and watched with us, make sure that you ask for the tag that goes along with this. Say, hey, I
Mhm.
watched the In the Kitchen. I need to get the In the Kitchen tag. So make sure you
Yep.
say that. Those of you who haven't gotten your tag from last week, when you watched the In the Kitchen from last week, make sure
Mhm.
you say, hey, I need that one as well.
Yep.
So
You'll be able to, any In the Kitchen or Mad Science, you can watch anytime this summer and come claim those tags.
Yes.
So it doesn't just have to be from that week.
that's right.
Yeah, so.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
I don't think anything else.
Thank you guys for joining us today. Once again, don't forget to take pictures when you're finished, or if you haven't done it yet, or as you're doing it,
Mhm.
and email them to us at faplcirculation@gmail.com.
And
We'll
we are
then-
putting a collage together with those.
We'll share them on our Facebook and Instagram pages. So thank you guys.
Alrighty. Have a great 4th of July, everybody.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.